Hey guys, hello, and my name is Laura Trevino. If you watch my channel, then you know I am really excited and loving the 3D printing. But it does come with issues, and I have had quite a few issues lately. So I have two Bambu Lab P1Ss, and I thoroughly enjoy them. But I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the firmware updates or if it's just maintenance that needs to be done, or the filament or what. But there's something going on. My printers aren't printing. They're not sticking to the bed. They're giving me errors, but different errors. The nozzles are not heating up correctly. The fans are not cooling enough. So I've struggled and struggled and struggled. I have put in tickets to Bambu Lab, and they did respond, and they sent me a free little fan. But I had just replaced the whole front end, extruder, fan, everything. So I don't know. So today we're going to go through. I'm going to do some maintenance on it. We'll see what I can come up with. Clean it, see what we can do, and then we'll see what happens next. I have not been able to do the vlog this last week, 2 weeks, because I don't have any prints done. I'm going to keep trying, and we'll see what I can get done. So hang on there. Okay, so we're going to start with Baby Girl. She is the second printer that I purchased, and she is already, I've taken off the AMS, and I'll show you what you have to do there. And I took off the lid, and we're going to get started. Let me show you real quick on what you have to do on the AMS. So really briefly, and I've already done half of it, is that on the back of the AMS, I'm going to take this off, this cord here, which comes down to the bottom, and inside you'll pull this little T-switch, and that's going to release your filament. Okay, hopefully I'm not too blurry. And then once that happens, I'm going to take the AMS off, empty the filaments out of there so I can check it, and then I'm going to unscrew a couple of screws in the back just to get started cleaning of the rods on the inside. All right, so that's where I've started. I've already taken that off, and so I need to get some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and some napkins to do some cleaning. Okay, so I thought we'd start with this. So I just opened it up, cleaned it off a little bit. I do see that it gets really dusty. I took out the filaments. They're here on the side. And I'm noticing that there's a lot of these little dust, and I've seen this before, and I just kind of come in here and wipe it out. And I believe that is coming from using cardboard rolls. Okay. I like that panchroma. I love that filament, and it is cardboard, and so it rubs or whatever, and then so the dust does come through. I've just taken before and just rubbed, just dusted it off, and it should be fine. Now I see, and I know, and I've seen it already for a while, that my rollers are getting worn, so I'm gonna have to replace them. Now I got these machines, one in, God, I can't remember the exact date, but I think they're like about 6 months and 4 months. Okay, she is the newer one. This is the Baby Girl. I don't name all my things, guys. Actually, these are the only two that I've named. And if I get another one, it'll be Tiny Tim. Don't ask me why. So anyway, so I dust them out. I have had issues where the tubing will get a hole in it. So I've checked quite a bit. I keep checking. I'll hear it'll sound funny, like dragging, or it'll say that there's no filament in that slot, and there is. Well, it's because the filament came out and it was inside the bottom here. So I have checked I checked this one already the other day, and all of these are okay. I have replaced a couple of them, of the tubes that go from here to here and then out. Okay, but these are good because I've already checked them. And to check anything under there, there's just 2 screws here. You use that little trusty Allen wrench that they send you. It works pretty much for everything, and it's not hard. You just pull this back and unscrew, and they'll just kind of get it out. There's 2 little connectors down here that you have to make sure are back in place, and then put it back in. But it's really relatively easy. So I am ordering some of these, what are they called? Silica packs, because they are getting old. You can see the moisture in there. The desiccant packs. I have some that I use for my shipping, and so I just kind of stick them in here sometimes. I also did buy a dryer, and it is a Sunloo dryer. I got it, I guess, when it was first coming out, and I can tell there is a difference when you dry your filament. I don't dry all my filament, although apparently they're saying that you need to. But who has time for that? I don't. So these need to be changed. But so I've ordered. So that'll be coming. And I know you can put these little cups in there and use the loose one. I might do that. I'm not worried about it, really. Okay, so this kind of dusted, and that's it for this right now. Okay, so I've already checked that. So I'm going to move on. Okay, so this is the lid to my Bambu, and it is really dirty. And I'm going to say it's because I have a DTF printer in here as well as dogs. So this is not really part of the maintenance, but you know what? It's dirty. And this is the inside. So I'll clean that, and then I'll flip it over, and we'll clean this other side. Hopefully my sprayer's going to work. It's kind of like acting like it doesn't want to work. I have it in there, so I don't know. Okay. So then this is Dunsky's. So we'll put it to the side. Right now. The machine is off, okay? Just so you know, the machine. Okay, so on the back side, there are these little sections here and here. And so you need to take your little tool and loosen them. You're not going to take them out. I watched the guy, and I've watched several people, but you don't take them out. You just loosen them. And then that makes this here print head. It makes the print head move a little bit easier. So let's see. This little tool is, they're pretty smart the way it all fits with the same little tool. So it's just going to make this slide easier both ways, X and Y. And, oopsie, almost got that one all out. Don't want to do that because it's hard to get them back in. Okay, so I'm going to move the print head forward, and these rods I'm going to spray with alcohol, and then I'm going to wipe them down with napkins. And I've honestly done this once before. That's it. And so I kind of thought, okay, maybe it's something I'm supposed to be doing because, regular maintenance is important here. Slide this over. Now, that might be a lot of alcohol. I don't know. But it says to just wipe them down. And so that's what I did last time. I didn't see any difference. But we're going to keep going. We'll keep trying it. I'm not sure. It is quite dirty. And, the couple of guys that I watched, they said just wipe them till there's no more dirt. So that's what I've been doing. It's pretty dirty. Okay. You know, those belts, gotta make sure the tension's good. But you can hear, you know, I guess I use mine so much. When something's wrong, you can hear it. And it acts weird. Turn this around. Maybe I need a new one. Just want to make sure I dry it as well, so it's not. I mean, alcohol dries, so it's going to be fine. All right, so that's done. I'm going to pull that back, see if I see anything. Just want to. I don't know if I should put more alcohol because I hadn't seen that they did. So, but this darn little thing is dirty. Okay, I print, guys. I print almost 24/7 as much as I can. I love it. I love doing the vlogs. I love all that. So, you know, I want my things fixed. So, anyway, all right. I'll wipe this bed down. I need to wash the bed anyway. I've used both alcohol and the dish soap washing, and I haven't seen any difference, you know, honestly. But that's just me. Okay, so before I go to the next thing, I'm going to change out this wiper. It's been quite abused, and it's only one screw. And so I just have to use my little tool. Bambu sends you a couple of those, as well as a couple of the filament cutters. And so I'm going to change that out today as well. Let me grab this one. It's in my box here. I've got my box out that they sent, all the little trusty little tools. And so they seem to send screws with everything. You know, I just thought I'd just reuse the screw, but they do send screws. It's kind of dark. Sorry to say it. I didn't bring the light with me. So there's only one screw. I'll just have to fill around. You might get my head in there, and if so, I'm sorry. I have to be able to see. So they send you this little pack. And since I have two, I've got 2 packs, and I haven't used any of them. So I thought it would be a good time to go ahead and change it. And I guess I'll change the screw. I don't know. I guess maybe they get worn or something. I really don't know. Okay, so it's just the one little screw right here. And I'm going to see the way it's in here done. In here, like, let's see, can I put the light on in this phone? Well, maybe not. Let's get in there. Try to keep my phone in the right direction so I don't have to deal with it. See if I can feel it. Yeah. So, sorry, big old hand in your eyes. Let's back up. You don't need to be that. It's pretty good that, you know, everything they give you. I'm pretty blind, okay, guys? And it seems so easy. I can do it. So that makes me happy. Little screw goes on this side. Come on, Laura. Okay. I can get it in there without dropping anything because, you know, I got fumble fingers, guys. I got those fumble fingers. See if I feel it. I'm here. Just don't know if it's going in. Yeah, it feels like it is. Yep, here we go. That was so easy. Sorry, my hand was in the way the whole time, but super easy. All right, so I pushed this all the way back, and I'm going to take out the bill plate, and I'm going to reposition so you can see. So I had to go back and screw in those back screws, those 4, to tighten back up the rods, the X and Y axis. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. I'm going to go over here. Oh, you can't see me. Let's see. So I'm going to go to my controls. I'm going to go to the Z. It's going to tell me to home, I'm sure. Yeah, so let's home it. Okay, everything's back moving. Okay, it's going to be a little bit of time. I am going to have to change out the fan, and I'm going to have to clean the nozzle and the extruder because I've had this clumping happening, or I did have the clumping happening before they quit working altogether. Okay, so let's move it down. Use this little here. Okay, so let me, get some alcohol. I'm just going to put this on my paper towel. So I'm spraying the paper towel with alcohol. I'm going to go to the side here and clean the top of the rod and around the sides. And I'm going to take advantage of cleaning the sides of the machine because, you know, they do get a lot of dust. That's alcohol. Okay, so that's one rod, and look at the mess. Okay. Uh-oh, took the little top off. I don't want to do that. Put that back in there. Oh, I don't think you can see, but there's a little rubber stopper right here where my hand is, and it's on top of that rod. So I wiped it and it came off, and it's real squishy. See how it's really squishy and soft. So I don't want to lose that because I don't want any issues with these rods, that's for sure. It looks like it screws, but I don't know. Maybe it just does because it's turning. Pause. Okay, I just had to center the rod. So let me continue wiping it, and it is dirty. And you know what? I can see little strands or stringing of like filament. And I'm gonna have to sweep the bottom because it's dirty. Okay, so get a new one. And I know the bottom has I saw some fluff and stuff in there. Now this one is all the way in this little hole here. I have lost pieces of builds that have gone in that back area. So I am sure if I take off the back and get in there, there's going to be a treasure trove of items. What is that? Oh, it's just the back of the machine. Okay, so I'm going to get the oil, and then I'll wipe it down with that. I mean, I'll add a few drops so you can see that, and then we'll move the bed up. Hopefully you're staying with me, and if you do like what I'm doing and some of my content, I would appreciate if you would hit the like button and subscribe. Always wanting more subscribers. All right, so they send this in the box, and this is called lubricant grease, and this goes on the Z-axis screws, and you're just supposed to put a dab and then wipe it up and down, and then move the print head up and down, and it'll lubricate it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put some on, and then we're going to move the print head up so I can get the bottom working, and then we'll go from there. So got the dab here. I'll do this on the back first because it's just like the furthest back here. Or from the back to the front. And then, you know, if I get too much, I'm going to wipe off the excess anyway. So I think we'll be fine. I just want to make sure, because I did wipe a lot of what was on there off. And they send you several packs of this. So you don't have to buy any at the beginning. And I'm just putting it on my finger and then rubbing it up and down all the way around. You know, I'm not doing every little coil, but I'm trying to make sure that I get a lot because it's going to work its way anyway. You know, with me doing it or not doing it, it's going to work its way up and down. And where's the other one? There's the gold pack. Okay. So if you're maybe know more than me, am I supposed to use 1 pack per rod? I don't. I didn't last time. I won't this time. But I did use like 1.5 on all 3. So, you know, don't hesitate to correct me. Constructive criticism is always welcome. And if you think this might help somebody else who's a beginner, you can always share the video with them. Okay, so I'm going to move it up now so I can do the bottom. And this is when I'm going to sweep out that base that's got a lot of stuff. Little pieces fall off everywhere. Almost there. I'm not sure if you can see, but right here, you can see the grease is accumulating. So I'm going to go up and down after I finish, and we'll disperse it. Okay, so let me wipe the bottom. They have these little like indents where the screws go in or these bolts go in, and filament gets in there, and then it'll just kind of come popping out every now and then. I'm trying to see if I can get any loose pieces of filament back here while I'm sweeping with this napkin. You hear that? Here it is. See? I knew it was in there because I could hear it. And now I sweep, you know, I wipe this thing out after every print. But look at the little pieces of filament that are stuck in there. And they're just, you know, bouncing around. They have some prints that you can do to like help get things out of it, and I'm going to do it. I just haven't done it yet. You know, I'm always trying to do something for the vlog or for the sale or you know, that kind of stuff. So this is going to be the last half of the second pack of lubricant. I'm going to just wipe it on the bottom where I've just been wiping, you know, maybe less than halfway up, so I can get all that I maybe wiped off. And then we're going to run it a couple of times up and down, and then I am going to wipe off the excess. So you don't need to sit around for that. So let me go ahead and go through there, and then I'll be back. Okay, all right. Okay, so I went up, down, up, down. I cleaned off the base. You know, it's got a little bit of excess oil here, the little things. And then I'm going to home it right now. So hit the little house. And do you want to home? Yes. So it should go up to the home position and then stop. I want to use this tiny little silicone filament that I got from, I think, Zero, and see if I can heat the nozzle up and make sure that the nozzle's clean. So I'm going to put the plate back on it. I've used this before, and it was really, really good. It took out excess stuff. Now I've got to get in there and clean the nozzle head and everything else. So I guess one thing I'm going to do before that is I want to spray the fans with some compressed air, and then we'll do that. So let me get the compressed air. It's going to stop itself at home. So I'm just going to spray. I lost my little straw, so I'm just going to spray them real quick and see if, if there's any dust in there, that it'll get dislodged, and take this print head off. So this one, guys, is the one that I am having issues. I don't even know if I told you. I kind of got too much in there. Hopefully I didn't mess that up. Oopsie. So this one here, this is brand new. I just replaced this. And the issue is the prongs. The prongs here are bent, but not really on this piece. It's on the one that's on the machine, and I have already ordered. So just want to get some air in there. But so I don't know. It's just so annoying. Okay. All right. So that's good. All right. So these are the two little replacement blades that it comes with for the cutter. So I'm going to move the bed down, and then I'll show you how to do that. Actually, I've never done it, but I think I got this. So do that. So I'm going to move the bed down, and then I'm going to move the extruder to a little bit further back so I can see. That's perfect. All right, I'm going to turn it off just to be safe, because you never know. Okay, so this has magnet. You just take the magnet off. This doesn't hold as well either. I don't know how all these things got bent, but they did. And this one, see, it doesn't hang on at all. It refuses. And right here it looks corroded. Like maybe it had a short or something in here. Okay. So I don't know what all you're going to be able to see, guys, but I'm going to be messing with this right here. And I'm going to unscrew it. I'm going to take it down. And then I'm going to take off the old blade. And hopefully not cut myself. If it gets quiet and the video goes off, then you know what happened, right? Dun, 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 dun. I have had to unscrew this before, so it's not like I haven't had to do that. I had a clog way back in there, and I had to take everything apart. I mean, this was something else. So you can see it's pretty dirty. Wow, that is dirty. I wonder why. Okay, so I'm going to use two hands. I'm guessing I'm going to pull it forward. It's got a little latch right here. There we go. That was so easy. Wow, that was easy. Okay. Does look a little dirty, right? Okay. Maybe because I'm always using my DTF printer, and then I'm messing with this machine and getting grease everywhere and ink everywhere. Let me tell you, my hands are horrible, and they are just full of ink all the time. Okay, so I'm going to put it back in its slot. I'm going to push it down. There we go. And then I'm going to put it back, feed it back in here where it belongs. And hold it tight, and then I'm just going to screw it back. That is all it took. That's fast. So before I do anything, like this machine is done, except for, fixing it. But the maintenance is done. There we go. So the maintenance is done. I'm going to try and take this little piece off so that I can see if I can fix those little teeth. And if so, then I will see what I can do with it. But this one's done. I don't think you're going to need to see me do the next one. So that's going to be it for the maintenance. And then once I get them going, because, okay, so let me clean the other one. And then when I do the fan on that one, I'll come back so you can see it. Because I am going to switch out the fan on the other one because it's not the electrical prongs. It's apparently the fan. I don't know. We'll see. But give me a few seconds. Okay, so I came over here to Big Boy, and I was going to show you how I'm going to change the fan out. But I thought, you know what? Let's test the fans. So in here, you go to the fan area, and this is the part fan. That's the one that it says is not working. That's the one that is right next to the extruder here. You can't see it, I'm sure, but it's here, and I have to take it off. But anyway, so you can test them. If I turn it on, you hear it? It's working. That's what I don't understand. Maybe it's not working enough. I don't know, but it doesn't tell you working at 80% or working at 70%. It says it's working. And then I go to the next one. And I'm testing all these fans, and they'll continue to go until they stop, right? Because I'm going to say off, and it's going to take a little bit. Okay, and then the chamber one. So, all three fans are working. And it keeps telling me that the hot end fan, which is the one that is connected to the extruder, is not cooling enough. So I don't know. Let's see if maybe we run it a little bit and see if maybe it slows down or stops, or we can hear change. This is going to be the third one on this machine. I've only done. The first one came with the baby girl. The first one came, and I've changed it once. This one will be the third fan. But, so, I keep getting that same notification. So, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and change it, I guess. Let me pull out the hot end. All right, so I took it off. And this is the little fan, and it only has 2 screws, and you take it off, and then you just put the other one. But look, you see all that? It's filament is all stuck up in here. One day, it just globbed up like this. It was just, I think I showed on one of my other videos. So I have a whole replacement, and I guess I'm going to do that. I can clean this up. I can, just take the heat to it and take it off and all that. But right now, I want one of the machines to be working, so I'm going to try that and see if it helps. If I keep getting that same error, then you know what? It's not any of these things, and it's got to do something with something else. But this is really dirty. At least it is straight. I had to replace because both of them at one time were crooked. So, it's got filament in there. All right, so that's going to be it. I'm going to clean the other one up before I put the new head thing on it, and I'll let you know if it gets to working. So, I needed to change out this fan, right? And when I got it out, which was just these 2 screws, and then you undo this and you pull it down, I realized that this needs to be really cleaned. It's not old, but there was this happened as well to the other one. See how that is disgusting? So the filament, it adheres, and then it somehow gets unadhered, and it clumps all in here, and it gets all in the whole thing. So that's why I replaced the last one. So now I have this one. So I can clean this up, but for right now, I'm just going to change this out. I thought I had a whole one like this that you purchased, but I don't. But I have the pieces. So I thought, well, I've done it before, so I'll show you what I did. And okay, maybe if you have to do this, you can do it. All right. So this is the side with the words, so that's on the outside. See, there's the two screws. They go straight up like this. So we have this here, the thermostat. So we're going to have to put some stuff on it. Put this in there. Then we add the little ceramic plate. And then we use this little collar here to put it on. Okay? And if we have any questions, we have this one we can follow just the same. So, I have done this before, but I wasn't so sure that it did a good job because it kept telling me that the temperature was off. So, I don't know. So, they send you this paste. This was a kit. Okay, hold on. Let me tell you the truth. This was separate. And this was the kit. So, I bought this as well. So, alrighty. So, here we go. That's the last thing. I'm missing my fan. Let me see where to put the fan. Let me get the fan so I have everything with me here. And you know, the good thing about the parts at Bambu, they're not that expensive. $14.99, $9.99. You know, they're not that expensive. Okay, so then that'll go on afterwards. Okay, and there's the screws. Okay, so first thing I want to do is make sure I'm in view, is to do the little goopy goop here that I call it. And I never have the scissors when I need them. Note to self, get it all ready. I don't really know exactly how much it needs. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. I was like, where's the hole? But, you know, this is also for the ceramic tile. I'll wipe that off real quick. So for the ceramic tile, for this, I'm gonna put a little bit more of that whole area. Napkin, got it. That I have, always have napkins lying around. It's a good thing. See, it comes very little, just a little bit. You don't need that much. But you know, it'll hold it in there, I guess. Okay. So now to find that hole, right? So this is gonna go like this. Okay. Hold on, let me hold this correctly. I want to flip it over, but I need to get this pressed down on top of it. Okay. And the collar fits really snug, and that's pretty good. Okay, wipe these down, and the collar goes with this part up towards the fan. Up towards the fan. Okay. Let's see if I can get it on here. It does separate and open too, just so y'all know. The color does open, but I would prefer not to do that. Okay, hold on just a second. I'm so goopy over here. See if I can get it on here without opening it up too much. You want it to be snug. Okay. Hold on. It's upside down. Up and to the side. Trying to see. Yeah, this side's up. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Can't see that great, I guess. Pay attention. Okay. Looks good to me. And then this will go up like this, to the side. Okay, so let's put the fan on. It actually goes through. Okay, so I've got this back on, and it's going to go in like this, and then this is the lower one, and then this is the second one, and then the door goes on the third one. So I'm going to put it on there, and if it's the issue, then I will be up and running. So I'll let you know as soon as I get it on. We'll check it out. But remember, I don't know if you saw the other part, remember the fan was working, but it said I needed a new fan. So I'm not sure about that. All right, guys, we'll see what happens. All right, so I figured I could just show you while I was here. Let me see. No, yeah, the Z won't go down. Okay, because it's not, there's nothing to put it on, so. Uh-oh. Let me turn this off, because I don't want it to move. Okay, so I'm going to put it all in here like this. I'm going to have to bend these wires. It's going to go. Come on, get in here. There we go. So push it up there, and then this one's gonna go in this little latch that's right here. You have to just get the wires in there. And it plugs in right here. I'm glad I turned it off, because had it been turned on, it would have started moving once I put the stuff on there. Okay, am I on the right spot? I'm trying not to put it anywhere it's not supposed to go, because I don't want it to bend like the other one. And this is the fan. So let's hope that the fan and everything hooks up correctly. Wait, let's see. There we go. That's probably what I did last time. Okay, so that's that. I just need to put the screws in. See, I always drop, so let's try not to drop anything. Got the fumble fingers. Look at that nail. My goodness. It's gonna make me crazy. See if we can, it's those wires right there. Well, I'm hoping after all these hours that I've been doing this, guys, today, I'm just hoping it works. Because I still have the other one to work on, and I have my DTF printer. I have a Pro Color dual head printer, and all of a sudden, I think my white ink pump went out, because I've narrowed it down to that, so I'm gonna get a pump. I thought I had an extra one, and I don't. I don't know if I can fix an old one. If I can, I'm gonna try. One thing you learn to do when you have these machines is tinker. Alrighty, so let me get my little door. Here's the door. Okay, we're gonna have fingers crossed, and I'll let you know what happens, because I'm gonna get off and get this thing moving. Okay, ta-da, let's turn it on. Okay, be back. All right, so it's gonna home. We'll see if we get an error anywhere. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put everything back together, put the filaments back in the AMS, put the AMS back on top of the machine, and I'll bring you back when I got something going. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.